The strings louder.
Hey, what's up guys, my name is Twitcher T-Scored, and today I'm bringing you guys a 40 gun streak ACR MOAB playing 6v6 domination on the map Lockdown. I don't want to talk that much about the gameplay, you guys know the drill, just using the ACR, and I managed to get a 40 gun streak here in this game. So I want to tell you guys a little bit of a story, I guess. It actually happened a few days ago, and it's the story of when I got my second bee sting now. So I told the story on my channel a couple of years ago actually, it's been a long time. I told the story of my first bee sting, and that one was, it was back when I was in like 7th grade, I think. That was like 5 or 6 years ago. And I'll tell you guys really quickly about the first bee sting. So basically I was like 5 hours away from my house camping with my step-grandpa, my step-uncle, and like my step-cousin. So I was with the three of them. I had to walk down to the dock and stuff, and there was all these bees. There was a huge beehive underneath the dock, and then like 300 bees all swarmed up, and somehow only one bee stung me. And I have no idea how I didn't get stung like 50 times, but I got one bee sting then, and that was the first bee sting of my life. And that bee actually got stuck in my leg, and I actually had to pull that bee out of my leg. Like, he didn't sting me and then fly away. He was actually stuck in my leg, and it was in my left leg, kind of like in the inner part of my leg, and I actually had to pull that bee off of me, and then it was actually bleeding a little bit. And I just remember that bee sting, it didn't really hurt that bad. Like, you know, it wasn't the worst thing ever. It didn't hurt that bad. I don't know which type of bee it was. I don't really know which bee stings are the worst. I don't really have that much knowledge of, like, bee stings, I guess. But that was my first bee sting, you guys, and it healed, like, right away. It didn't really swell or hurt or anything like that too bad. But this bee sting the other day, you guys, that I got just a couple of days ago, this one was so much worse, you guys. So this was my second bee sting, and it actually happened when I was at the beach with my family a couple of days ago, and I was just laying down in the beach, you guys, with my face in the sand, like trying to close my eyes, and then all of a sudden I feel on the back of my leg, like right behind my knee, you know, right behind my knee on my leg, on my right leg this time, so on my other leg, all of a sudden my leg just started like stinging super bad, and right away I was like, oh my god, I think this is probably a bee. And so all of a sudden, you guys, this one actually hurt really bad. I don't know if it was a different type of bee this time, but right away I was like, ow, 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 and so then I just ran down the sand and I jumped into the water, and you know, I hadn't been in the water yet because it was just a few minutes after we got to the beach, so my leg was just hurting really bad. It was like stinging pretty bad and hurting this time, and I just ran into the water and I was like, ow, 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 I think I got stung. And then my parents and my sister were like freaking out. They were like, are you okay? Like, why are you yelling so much? And then I told them I thought it was a bee sting. So I jumped into the water, and then as soon as I got back out, I looked right at the back of my knee, and this time there was no bee stuck in my leg, but the bump, I guess, or the hole from the bee sting was really big this time, and it was already like pretty red, and it actually hurt really bad. So for like another maybe for another like 3 hours we stayed at the beach, and this time, you guys, instead of my first bee sting where it kind of like the pain went away right afterwards, this time it hurt for like several hours. And then I went home later and I actually had to ice my leg and stuff, and it's been a couple of days now, but for some reason, you guys, this bee sting just hurt a lot more. And you know, I've been running a lot, training for my marathon, and then it hurt me pretty bad to actually run like the next day, so that was pretty weird. Let me know down below if you guys have had any bee stings before. I know a lot of people, like, they're like, oh, I've never been stung by a bee, I'm never gonna get stung, because every time they see a bee they like run away and stuff. That's what I used to do. I'm not really scared of bees anymore. Like, if I'm walking around or I'm sitting eating a picnic or something and a bee just flies like right next to me, I mean, I'm kind of just gonna sit there, because they only try to sting you if you like bothered them or you irritate them. And for some reason, you guys, this time on the beach, it was actually really funny. Like 5 minutes before I got stung, my dad was like, oh, it's the end of summer, the bees are getting really aggravated and angry, and you're probably gonna see a lot more of them and stuff, and they get really mad. And I was like, oh, that's funny. And then literally 5 minutes later, a bee just comes by and stings me. Usually when most people get stung, they bother the bees, they do something to them or make them mad. This time I literally was sleeping on the beach and it just stung me in the back of the leg randomly. So I have no idea, you guys. It was insane. And then my dad killed the bee afterwards in honor of me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the story. Peace out.